What will Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm do when they are forced to come face to face with an evil version of their old team, the Fantastic Four? Well, let's all hop into the pages of Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 9 and find out for ourselves. Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, all the lies and tension that had been building between Johnny and Ben finally came to a head. The Human Torch discovered that the Thing was lying to him about Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman's fate. They ended up coming to blows, and at the end of it all, their house got burnt down, which, if you've been keeping score, officially means that they're stranded in the multiverse, powerless, and now homeless. It seems like the universe couldn't be kicking these two boys in the nuts hard enough, but then you're reminded that the Thinker, who has somehow managed to go even crazier since the last time we saw him, now believes himself to be Mr. Fantastic, has deputized himself a brand new team and are wreaking havoc in this universe. What exactly brings the bad guys here? Well, as Thinker puts it, I'm Homer Simpson. I'm Mr. Fantastic. We're the new Fantastic Four, but because nature and the universe abhors a vacuum, the only way we can become the 616 Fantastic Four is if we kill the last two remaining members of that team. For this, they've taken the small, quaint town that was harboring Ben and Johnny hostage. This is bad for a number of reasons, not the least of which being because they're a bunch of evil supervillains, hence unpredictable, but also because all this chaos could alert the Spider, the warlord of this multiverse. And hey, even though the Human Torch and the Thing might be fighting right now, at the end of the day they're still heroes and they gotta do what they gotta do, even if that means they have to do it without any powers. Here's the crazy thing though, even though they're not made of rock or fire anymore, Ben and Johnny prove that they don't need their powers to be fantastic, and they especially don't need them to defeat a bunch of D-list villains approximating the powers of their friends and family. Oh, what's that? You're turning invisible? Guess what? My sister is invisible. I know when someone's trying to sneak up on me. Ooh, what's that? You're trying to mess with my perception of reality? Well, guess what? We've been to the negative zone a bunch. Literally nothing you can do can freak us out. Then you got the muscle of the team, Smash, who tries to pick a fight with Ben Grimm. Yeah, he can't hit her back, but he knows a thing or two about fighting super strong individuals, and he especially knows a lot about fighting first-time supervillains, mainly that they don't know their own strengths and always forget to not bring the building down on top of them. Hell, even Johnny fares pretty well against Thinker. Yes, he can stretch now like Mr. Fantastic. Yes, he's incredibly smart, but Johnny is still more athletic than him, and Thinker still has a glass jaw and spine too when Ben drives his truck into him. So, after completely and utterly stomping a mud hole in these fools, it's officially time for Ben and Johnny to get out of Dodge, and quick soon, because all of this fighting has alerted the Spider. That guy has an Immortan Joe post-apocalyptic army, and he won't be three-stooged into submission like those other guys will. In fact, right out of the gate, the Spider proves to be a much more effective villain than the Thinker and his goons, because he just hangs back and fires a mortar shell at our heroes. They don't die, but they are really messed up and end up wandering the desert until they pass out of dehydration. It's there, however, they are met by, ooh, wait for it, this world's Susan Richards. But is it really her, or some manner of trauma-induced mirage? Either way, it's right around there that the comic ends. So that's Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 9, everybody, and overall this series just continues to kick all sorts of ass. We've certainly seen stories like this before, wherein the heroes must keep doing their job as heroes even without their trademark powers, but Chip Zdarsky manages to present the whole situation in such a fresh and interesting way. And heck, if we want to compare characterization for a minute, let's look at Human Torch. Zdarsky's version rises to the occasion and puts his own emotional problems behind in the pursuit of the better good, while Slott's new Human Torch, who technically takes place after the events of this story right here, is a bit of a man-child who goes to pieces over nothing. Both have their place, I just thought it was interesting to bring up. Overall, this book continues to be one of the best things Marvel has coming out right now. If you're not reading it, you should definitely start, especially because we know for a fact now it's going to keep going. I give it an 8. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, did you know, outside just making great weekly comic videos, I'm also on several comic book podcasts, some of which are very popular. There's the Weekly Pull, which the shirt I'm wearing right now. That one goes every other Tuesday. Then there's the Elseworlds Exchange over on the Comic Pop channel. That's every Wednesday around 3 to 5
5, give or take. And then, how could I possibly forget the Comic Multiverse, the show hosted by myself and Matt of Fortress of Solitude. That one goes live on this channel every Wednesday at 8, and also SoundCloud and iTunes later on. Be sure to check out and subscribe to those if you haven't already. I assure you, you won't be mistaken.